Hey guys, this is Jam of JamOnline.ph, and today we're gonna do a review of the Realme 12 Pro Plus. So this is the latest smartphone from Realme, and I love every bit of it. There's a lot of things to love about the Realme 12 Pro Plus, and let's talk about it one by one. So first, we got here the vegan leather back. The color that I got is the blue one. That's why we have this Submariner blue color. It actually reminds me of a premium watch, just like what Realme has said to us. It's actually the details that are really important on this one. We got here, of course, in the middle, the line over here, which is very similar to the Realme 11 Pro Plus that we have reviewed before. And of course, unlike the Realme 11 Pro Plus, this one has a lot of changes. Well, it's better actually. The details over here at the camera module of the smartphone is very noticeable. That's why it actually kind of reminds me of a premium watch because of the details around the camera module of the smartphone. And at the camera module, there's actually like a sun burst design over here with the camera, which highlights the main camera of the smartphone, which is, by the way, its best feature of the Realme 12 Pro Plus. Now, what I've noticed is that compared to other vegan leather smartphones, the Realme 12 Pro Plus back, the vegan leather on this one is actually has more grip. It feels more, it feels stickier compared to other smartphones with the same vegan leather. And again, I love the colors combinations of this one, the blue and the gold. It really exudes premiumness or elegance on the smartphone. As for the ergonomics, this one is pretty good to hold. The grip is actually pretty good. I like how I hold this one. It's very comfortable to hold, and again, since we got here a stickier vegan leather in this one, even without the case, I am actually pretty confident that. Now over here at the front is the 6.7-inch Full HD Plus curved OLED display, which is, by the way, pretty good. It has a 120 Hz refresh rate, and I love the color and the display of this one. It actually feels like more of a premium mid-range. It is a premium mid-range smartphone. The display actually reminds me of a flagship smartphone at the lower price barrier, and the colors, the quality of this one is really great. I was using it outside, and the brightness is really good on this one. It also has a curved sides on this one. This is why the smartphone looks more premium than ever, but of course there's a lot of smartphones already with a curved display, and the bezel on the side is actually pretty thin on this one. Now, compared to the Realme 12 Plus that I've tested, or I had a hands-on during its launch, the 12 Pro Plus is a lot better aesthetically, not just because of the vegan leather back, but also because of the curves. Since we got here a better curves at the back, the ergonomics and the grip is a lot better. The Realme 12 Plus, however, is actually has a flat sides, which kind of annoys me because it is really sharp on the edges. It hurts my hand a little bit. So holding that one for a longer while isn't that really comfortable compared to this one. This one, well, it's really comfortable to hold. Now, as for the battery, this one comes with a 5,000 mAh of battery, and it does come with a 67 SuperVOOC flash charging. Unfortunately, it's still 67 watts. I was hoping that we would get faster than that, as the competitors in its segment, the mid-range segment, are getting faster charging speeds. Nonetheless, 67 watts is still fast, and it can fully charge the smartphone in less than an hour. And charging it for 30 minutes will give you almost a whole day of usage on the smartphone. Now, for the battery, again, 5,000 mAh of battery. That is pretty basic and pretty common already for most mid-range smartphones out there in the market, and even for flagship ones. But the one that we're getting in here with PCMark Work 3.0 battery test is 16 hours and 15 minutes. That is pretty long for a 5,000 mAh of battery. This means that the Snapdragon 7S Gen 2 processor, along with the optimization that Realme has done, has made it into a long-lasting smartphone. And I was using it, and sometimes I charge it from a day and a half to 2 days of usage. Normally, I would charge my smartphone after a long day, after a work day. But this one, well, it does have a longer battery life. For the software, this one comes with Realme UI 5.0 based on Android 14. So when you look at it, about the device, you can see it's Realme UI 5.0. So we also got here 12 gigs of RAM that you can expand up to 24 gig using RAM expansion. But honestly, most consumers wouldn't feel the RAM expansion, and they would probably need a larger storage, considering that games like Warzone are out there in the market, Honkai Star Rail, and also Genshin Impact. Now, speaking of performance, we got your Snapdragon 7S Gen 2 processor. Now, let's talk about the performance of the smartphone. So what you're looking at right now are the benchmarks of the Realme 12 Pro Plus. It's pretty much what we can expect from the 7S Gen 2. It's not the same as the Snapdragon 7 Gen 3. It's way more powerful. But what I like about the 7S Gen 2 is that the stability of the processor and also the thermos is pretty good. Which means that if you're playing a game, even for an hour, it's on heavy graphics, you would feel that the FPS of the game is consistent. You wouldn't really feel the sudden frame drops or the sudden throttling because the processor has actually a pretty good and optimized performance. But here's the thing. Again, it's not Snapdragon 7 Gen 3. 7S Gen 2 does need a little bit more of optimizations with some games, as I believe that some games can be run a little bit faster or a little bit better. I've noticed in Genshin Impact and also in Honkai Star Rail that I wasn't getting a full 60 frames per second when playing games on the smartphone. But again, I've noticed that the FPS is pretty consistent. But I believe that the Snapdragon 7S Gen 2, considering the white paper of the processor, once we do optimizations, once Realme has done optimizations with the processor and also with Qualcomm, they can run games better, including the Warzone, Call of Duty Warzone, and also Genshin Impact. Now, let's talk about the camera of the smartphone, which is probably the star of the show. For the camera of the smartphone, we got here the 64 megapixel periscope portrait camera, a 50 megapixel main camera, an 8 megapixel wide angle camera, and a 32 megapixel selfie camera. Now let me tell you why I love the camera of the Realme 12 Pro Plus. It's definitely on a flagship level when it comes to camera quality. It's the best mid-range camera smartphone that I have ever tried. I actually love every bit of camera of the smartphone. It feels like a flagship smartphone. So, the periscope portrait camera comes with the OV64B sensor, which is, by the way, really great. And in my experience, OV64B does actually produce really good photos. And with periscope portrait lens, we can actually get an up to 120x zoom with the smartphone. That's why I was getting a flagship level zoom. Again, it's a flagship level. I really want to emphasize that it's a flagship level zoom on this one. The processing, the hardware is definitely not on the mid-range level. That's why I love the 12 Pro Plus camera. So going back, we got here 120x zoom, which is, by the way, makes the Realme 12 Pro Plus a really great smartphone for concerts. You can zoom in at concerts and you will still get a lot of details. And of course, you can do 120x zoom, but of course, the details won't be as good as the one like on 6x. Even when you go 10x zoom, I was actually surprised that I was getting really good details with 10x. I believe that 10x is the maximum zoom that you can get to get the best details. Once you go over that, well, of course, you will still get the details, but it wouldn't be as good as the 1x, 10x, or 6x, something like that. I've had a lot of experience with the main camera of the smartphone. It's a Sony IMX890 sensor. We've tested it with different smartphones, and what I've noticed is that we're getting different quality with those smartphones because of processing. And thankfully, Realme 12 Pro Plus does have a really good processing on this one. And the shots that we got with the main camera, they're really accurate when it comes to colors. They're sharp, and they're really good at low light. So overall, I wouldn't have any problems with the 50 megapixel camera of the smartphone. And again, it is on a flagship level when it comes to the camera quality. That's why you would definitely love the Realme 12 Pro Plus. And as for the wide angle camera, well, this one isn't on the same level as other flagship smartphones, but we're still getting here pretty good shots, and shooting at low light wouldn't be a problem as well. Now for the selfie camera of the smartphone, we got here the 32 megapixel IMX615 selfie camera, and honestly, I was getting really good selfies on this one. I was really happy with the shots that I got. It's not perfect, definitely, but you would love the quality that you're getting with the Realme 12 Pro Plus. So overall, the Realme 12 Pro Plus does deliver an amazing, I want to emphasize that, an amazing camera experience. It's definitely on a flagship level when it comes to the camera of the smartphone. However, when we're talking about performance, I believe the Snapdragon 7S Gen 2 can do a lot of improvement over some updates. But of course, it's 7S Gen 2, it's not 8 Plus Gen 2 or Gen 3. So do expect, a mid-range or almost high settings at other games. But again, I believe they need more optimizations on that one. And the battery life on this one, my God, it's really good. The display, it's also great as well. And the vegan leather of the smartphone and its design, it's unique, It's premium, and it's something that I really love. Maybe probably number 2. The top is the camera, probably. So I guess that's it for our review of the Realme 12 Pro Plus. So if you like this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and be sure to click that subscribe button along with that bell button to get notified of our latest videos here in my YouTube channel. So once again, I am JamFromOnline.ph. Thank you for watching and see you guys again in my next video.